What is going on to you, Aquarius? So you, Aquarius, have got the Ten of Wands. Then you have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Tower, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Sun, which is Leo, so you're pulling from your opposite polarity, and the Two of Pentacles. So for you, Aquarius, like I said before, a lot of you, Aquarius, pretty much focusing on yourselves around this time. The Ten of Wands, you're understanding what to invest your energy into, and you're understanding what not to invest your energy into. And a lot more of you, Aquarius, are starting to realize that a lot of the things that you once thought, a lot of the people that you once thought was a good idea for you to start investing your energy into really is not really very good at all. And that's why it is that you're leaving, or you've learned to stop investing your energy and your time and your money and attention into so many people, because you've been spreading yourselves thin. So the Knight of Wands now represents the type of people in particular are the combative types, the type of people who go out of their way to try to be an obstacle to you instead of working on the solution with you. They go out of their way to be a part of the problem. So the thing about it is that then you have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles now represents, so as a result, you, Aquarius, understand that you have, you can find better than the people that you've dated in the past. So a lot of you, Aquarius, are going through kind of like a dating crisis right now, where a lot of you, Aquarius, are kind of asking yourselves, well, what's the point? I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. The point of a relationship, first and foremost, there's many different layers of a relationship, right? But the first thing is self-discovery. When you are in love and you're in a healthy, productive relationship or a dysfunctional relationship, you're learning about yourselves as much as you're learning about the other person. So what happens here with that is that level of spiritual discovery. You can choose to apply what it is that you've learned and what you're learning if you're still in it, or you can act like you don't see it, right? But if you continue to not see it, you will continue to relive the dysfunction. Because remember, all of this, your life, all of it is a spiritual experience. You're supposed to grow and get in touch with that divinity of yourself, that part of yourself. So when you're out here and you're ignoring the lessons that life and love is supposed to teach you, you are doomed to repeat those lessons. So one of the components of love and being in a relationship is no one, no matter who it is on either side, is supposed to be tripping out about grown people having to take care of grown individuals. A functional relationship is when one of the signs of a functional relationship is when two people are getting together and can take care of themselves without having to be such a burden on the other person. And, you know, for instance, if I want to go ahead and pay for something, then the person who I'm seeing isn't tripping. If I don't want to pay for something, they can pay for something without looking at it from a perspective of they getting played, or they don't want to come out and come out of their purse, and you know what I mean, or come out of their purse or any of that type of stuff, or pull their card out or pull out their bills or any of that type of stuff. So yeah, there's way too many people trying to run game on the other person, and that's what's messing up relationships. That's why you're not being able to have that spiritual, that high level spiritual realization. It's because people are not in love trying to be in love at the same time. So they're trying to get the spiritual experience, but not actually exposing themselves to certain things, when that's the only way that you're going to get that level of advancement with it. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Hangman represents, again, people will charge you up in a sense that people will scapegoat you, which proves my point. People will scapegoat you. People will put you in a position where you're the villain of their story, because They have a problem with the idea of them potentially getting heartbroken. And what they don't seem to understand, Aquarius, is Aquarius, what you need to understand is just because they get heartbroken does not mean that that's abnormal to a relationship. When you're going to be out here dating people, heartbreak is normal. Heartbreak is something that you're supposed to embrace even, right? And as a matter of fact, to show and prove this point, I'm actually going to link a video in the comment section that shows and proves that pain is natural to a relationship. But you see so many people like really like sweating themselves up about it. So then you have the Tower. So one of the things that a lot of you Aquarius, like I was talking about, really has learned to embrace is that a lot of you Aquarius really understand that you Aquarius are too smart. I'm just putting it on out there. You Aquarius you're too smart. And what I mean when I say that is you're caught up with the common sense functional thing to do. You're caught up with the things to do, right? Like the common sense. Why is it that this person just doesn't do this? You're caught up with the functionality of a relationship when you don't seem to understand that people are dysfunctional. So this represents how you Aquarius have to kind of acclimate yourselves to understand that when relationship, and this is something that you are learning to your credit, but you're starting to realize that when people are dysfunctional like this, there really is no point in trying to talk sense into people. These are stupid individuals who are very much so caught up in the freaking matrix. They're caught up in their own delusion. They're caught up in whatever delusion they have created, whatever construct they've created for themselves. So the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords now represent. So as a result, you Aquarius have to understand that this is how it is that you solve that issue. So that even when people are coming to you and they're dysfunctional and they're running game, trying to look for something to take off of your plate, you're not so caught up with that because you've already conquered that problem in your life. So that's a wound that will not be opened again because you've learned how to actually heal that wound. A lot of times people talk about, on a spiritual sense, we are all I hope YouTube don't hit me for saying this, but we are all children, right? And that we all suffering from that wounded heart. Well, this is how it is that you cure that wounded heart. You cure that wounded heart by first and foremost accepting the pain. Don't worry, I'll post up the comment in the comment. I'll post up the link to the video in the comment section. You grow from that type of stuff, from going through the pain. This is why I'm trying to tell you that all of these people who act like they super hard, ain't been through a whole lot, they can't talk directly to the situation. They can't say, yeah, this hurt. They can't thing. Those are people who are the most soft-served people on the planet. I'm going to show and prove it. So then you have the Sun, which represents your opposite sign of Leo. So now what does this mean? This means that a lot of you Aquarius are learning how to get past that now. Now the only problem with it is the Two of Pentacles, which means you're having a little bit of a problem because you're just on the precipice, or you're just on the edge of actually figuring it out for yourselves, that you shouldn't be sweating your heads up about these people in the first place, because pain is a part of it. Heartbreak is a part of it. That's why the Tower and the Three of Swords are so close to each other. They're literally right next to each other because pain is, or heartbreak is, a part of dating, and that pain is not abnormal. That pain is what happens when you're going through a process of learning. What is it that they say? No pain, no gain. So the Two of Pentacles now represents, but problem is that your conscious mind is going to be out here trying to tell you that you shouldn't be going through this. It's going to make excuses when the subconscious mind is letting you know that, or you're going to know that you're on the right track. So it really just depends on what mind you're listening to. So let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Swords, right? The Lovers, right? Four of Pentacles, right? The Wheel of Fortune represent, if the Wheel of Fortune represent, you're on the edge of figuring it out, what I just told you. But at the same time, if you lie to yourself, if you do not learn how to work through the pain, the heartbreak, you will have to relive the same problem again and again and again and again and again. So the thing about it, because the Wheel of Fortune represents the wheel of karma. So if you want to get out of the wheel of karma, you have to be able to understand to deal with the pain. That's why humility is so important. The Seven of Swords and the Lovers represents, yes, and don't put it past people to try to convince you that they want to be in a relationship with you, and then they basically switch up. That's just a part of it. So the Four of Pentacles now represents, this is how you attain the steadfast and immovableness of mind and heart. And I myself even realized something too within the past couple of days about myself, that the problem for me is that I realized that whenever it is that I'm coming on here and I'm upset about certain things, that's me mourning the relationship or the potential relationship that I could have had. But for me personally, I have to go through that process. So you, Aquarius, if you want to get to a higher level, you have to go through the process as well.